The modern financial world rests on a single stunning paradox. The US dollar, a currency of global dominance, is backed not by gold or tangible assets, but by collective trust and an invisible geopolitical agreement. That trust is now faltering. The BRICS alliance, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is not planning a frontal assault, but building a complex, subtle counter-system. Now, let's open the economic blueprints and deconstruct the story of this bizarre survival threat. For 7 decades, the dollar has reigned supreme, enforced by the petrodollar system and its status as the world's reserve currency. This gave the U.S. immense power. It could finance its deficits and enforce sanctions simply by controlling the global banking lanes. But reliance on trust is a fatal vulnerability. When a nation weaponizes its currency, those excluded will seek an alternative. The BRICS initiative is precisely that alternative. Their strategy is insidious. They are challenging the architecture of global trade, not the currency itself. Reports detail massive gold accumulation across their member nations, a move that signals a deliberate strategic pivot back toward hard assets. This collective hoarding is the Trojan Horse, a system designed to look like routine trade diversification while simultaneously eroding the foundation of the dollar's global mandate. We are witnessing the first cracks in the system of debt, trust, and unchecked power that has governed the world since the Bretton Woods Agreement. The Trojan Horse is loaded with a value that cannot be printed. It is armed with the promise of tangible wealth. A promise designed to lure developing nations away from the West's system of fiat control and into a new parallel financial structure where the rules are written differently. This shift is less about economics and more about the ultimate geopolitical conflict, the fight for financial sovereignty. The Trojan Horse is not merely symbolic. It is built with hard commodities and complex new mechanisms. The hunt for financial freedom for the majority of the world began with the one asset no central bank can print: gold. We analyze central bank data, often obscured by state secrecy, and find a pattern of relentless, systematic accumulation. China and Russia have been leaders in this move, quietly building reserves not just as insurance, but as a strategic political tool. Gold is the universal language of financial trust, and by hoarding it, these nations are signaling a willingness to back a new currency or a new trade mechanism with tangible wealth. This strategic gold reserve serves as the ultimate anti-fiat weapon, offering a concrete alternative to the dollar's promise of debt. But hoarding gold is only the preparation. The true hunt involves building the infrastructure to make the dollar obsolete in day-to-day trade. This is where the tactical genius of the BRICS strategy lies. They are circumventing the SWIFT payment system, which is the choke point for Western financial control. Instead, we see an increase in bilateral trade agreements, where currencies like the Chinese yuan and the Indian rupee are used directly for oil, gas, and commodity purchases. This not only avoids U.S. oversight, but fundamentally reduces the global demand for the dollar. For every oil transaction settled in yuan, the petrodollar system weakens. Leaked reports suggest a coordinated push to establish a multilateral digital payment platform, a parallel interbank system shielded from Western sanctions, effectively creating a financial internet for non-Western trade. This strategic pivot is underpinned by the final, most audacious step: the deliberate weaponization of commodities. The dollar has been powerful because it was linked to oil. BRICS aims to link their new trade mechanism not just to gold, but to a basket of essential resources, everything from oil and gas to crucial, rare earth minerals and even food supplies. When a local currency is directly convertible to physical sovereign commodities, it presents an immediate, tangible store of value. This is the hunt for legitimacy, reversing 7 decades of financial policy by backing money with the physical world. It ensures that any nation trading with the BRICS bloc knows exactly what they are receiving in return. Not a promise of debt, but a guaranteed share of the world's most essential physical assets. The implications for the entire global pricing mechanism are profound, and the structural vulnerabilities of the dollar are now exposed for all the world to analyze. The global financial system has begun to crack. The question for the individual is no longer, will the dollar decline? But what assets possess the bizarre resilience to survive the shift? History offers a clear answer. True financial sovereignty is found not in paper promises, but in assets that are decentralized, tangible, or productive. We are hunting for the new financial ark, a shelter that can withstand the storm of de-dollarization. First and foremost are the hard assets, physical gold and silver, which retain value precisely because they exist outside the banking system's control. Secondly, productive land and self-sustaining infrastructure retain value because they generate necessary commodities. They are the ultimate survival assets that cannot be printed or sanctioned. But in the digital age, a new class of asset has emerged, possessing the resilience and decentralization required for a geopolitical conflict. Assets built on code, not trust. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is the modern solution to the ultimate threat of centralized power. Unlike the dollar, assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum are censorship-resistant, borderless, and their supply is transparently governed by mathematical consensus. They stand as the ultimate survival kit against the potential financial tyranny of both East and West. By acquiring these decentralized assets, the individual moves their wealth out of the firing line of currency wars, adopting the very resilience that the BRICS alliance seeks through gold. The strategy is to become your own sovereign bank, mitigating the risk of national monetary policy failure. Ultimately, the story of the dollar's challenge is the story of human adaptation. Currencies rise and fall, but the innate drive to protect wealth against the inevitable cycle of decay remains. The bizarre truth is that survival in the coming era will depend not on prediction, but on preparation. Adopting assets that trade political promise for mathematical certainty, and transforming yourself from a passive consumer of currency into an active guardian of value.